Good morning, sir.
Morning, everybody.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, morning, everybody.
Good morning, sir.
Morning,
Good morning, sir.
morning, morning. Okay. So, out of the homework that I had given you up to question number 17, I think. Yes. Any doubts?
सर 9th में मैं बनाया हूँ सर, बट उसमें आंसर मेरा मैच नहीं हो रहा.
Which question?
9th सर.
Which question?
9th.
Question number 9.
Yes. मैं बनाया हूँ
Anybody?
पहले.
The others are you getting the answer? Question number 9. Ship of displacement 18,000 tons, kg so much, discharges so much, load so much, cargo shifted so much, upward, downward. I don't see any trick in it, basically. So the answer should be the same, in my
सर
opinion.
फाइनल केजी मेरा आया सर 7.935.
Okay.
लिसनिंग मूवमेंट आया सर 2100 स्टारबोर्ड. केएम में से फाइनल केजी माइनस किया तो 1 आया सर. सॉलिड जीएम.
Okay.
tan थीटा इज इक्वल टू टोटल मोमेंट बाय टोटल वेट इनटू जीएम सर. तो आ रहा है इतना कुछ 0.2135 समथिंग आ रहा है.
You'll have to compare it with somebody, because question number 9. Wait a minute. Just so you tell me your
हो गया था सर, इसमें ऐसा कुछ है नहीं.
इसमें कोई मुझे लग नहीं रहा. Anyway, let's just check it out कि कहाँ पे this thing. Can you just tell me what final listing moment you are getting?
फाइनल लिस्टिंग मोमेंट सर 2100 स्टारबोर्ड.
2100 starboard. Anybody who is done, can you just check your FLM, please?
Yes, sir. 2100.
Okay, so this is correct. So this is correct. Can you tell me what is your final kg you're getting?
7.935 sir.
Can somebody just check on this, please?
Correct.
Yes, correct.
So
Correct.
so ये भी ठीक है. So if can somebody tell me the FSC? Or is there an FSC in this question or no?
No sir.
There's no FSC in this question.
FSC
So ये FSC नहीं है. So ये so slack tag कोई नहीं है. So ये ruled out हो गया. So that means we're now talking about the final GM. How much is the final GM?
Solid GM sir 1 sir.
Solid GM 1. So fluid भी 1 ये same ही होगा ना?
Yes sir. Yes sir.
तो ये भी same आ रहा है?
Same.
Yes sir, same.
तो फिर तो अब ये तो कुछ ज़्यादा ही हो गया. ये सब कुछ ही तो सेम आ रहा है. So then तो you just have to go tan theta.
The final displacement is 17,000.
Final
Yes,
displacement is 17,000. तो ये भी ठीक हो गया.
Yes sir.
तो अगर फाइनल डिस्प्लेसमेंट भी सेम है तो देन तो अब तो स्ट्रेट अवे फाइनल लिस्टिंग मोमेंट डिवाइडेड बाय W इनटू GM फ्लूइड.
ओके सर, ट्राई करता हूँ. ओके, थैंक यू.
तो अब तो ये तो अगर सारी वैल्यूज ही सेम है तो देन तो it is 2100 divided by 17,000 into 1. So is this the
7 degrees 3 minutes starboard.
how much?
7 degrees 3 minutes starboard.
7 degrees 3 minutes 03 minutes starboard. Please note how I'm writing 3. Don't write it just
Yes, sir.
3. This thing it will be always be in a 2-digit notation. सो ये तो इसमें तो अगर बाकी सारी वैल्यू सेम है तो फिर तो फाइनल जस्ट खाली tan इनवर्स में गड़बड़ हुआ है.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Any other doubt? Any other question? Up to question number 17. Any other doubt, please? All, I hope everybody has been practicing these questions because these are the ones.
सर वो आपने एक होमवर्क में एग्जांपल दिया था कंडीशन चेंज करके, उसका आंसर मैच कर लेते हैं एक बार.
ओके हाँ, वो जो मैंने जिसमें बोल दिया था कि इन शिफ्टिंग है फ्रॉम पोर्ट टू स्टारबोर्ड.
Yes, sir.
यस सर.
सो जो शिफ्टिंग का मैंने दिया वेरिएशन करके, तो उसमें कैन यू जस्ट शेयर द आंसर्स. हाउ मच इज योर FLM?
4252.7.
4252.7
Two
DM
starboard.
to starboard. ठीक है.
Starboard.
Okay. How much is the FSM? Or if you found out FSC, then you can tell me FSC. It's okay.
The 0.190.
FSC is 0.190. ये भी सबका सेम आ रहा है.
गलत हो गई सर FSC.
FSC गलत हो गई. Okay. So basically, you'll be taking LB cube by 12. That is your I. जो होगा LB cube by 12. पोर्ट टैंक का सेपरेट होगा, स्टारबोर्ड टैंक का सेपरेट होगा, और ब्रेड्थ क्यूब विल बी द ब्रेड्थ ऑफ द इंडिविजुअल टैंक. So that is how you will take FSC. And W will not change because this is an internal shift. So displacement will remain constant.
FSC ठीक है सर, इतना ही आया FSC मेरा भी.
Okay. Then final kg solid
7.063 meters.
7.063 meters. ये सबका सेम आ रहा है.
हाँ सर सेम.
ओके. सो हमारा kg भी ठीक हो गया. देन वी कम टू फाइनल GM solid.
So 1.637.
ये सबका सेम है.
यस सर.
ओके. सो GM solid ठीक है. Then of course we'll come to GM fluid, which will be
So 1.447.
1.447. Is this also same with everyone?
यस सर 1.448.
ठीक है, that's okay. That is थर्ड डेसिमल पे एक डिजिट इधर उधर होगा ही होगा. So then and finally we come to tan theta will be equal
The
to,
18 degrees 05 minutes to starboard.
so theta will be 18 degrees
05 minutes to
minutes to.
starboard.
Is this the same with everyone?
सर 18 डिग्री 4.5 मिनट टू स्टारबोर्ड.
That's okay. That's okay. That's fine. That is not. Because those differences will come when you do tan inverse of a value and there's a variation in the value, even in the third decimal or second decimal, the variation will happen in the minutes. So that's okay. ठीक है, is this okay? These are the values for the variation question which I had given as thing, where it was shifted from port to starboard. ठीक है, is this okay? Can I erase it? Okay. Hanji, any other doubt anybody has so far? Okay, we're now going on to the derrick type of questions or crane type of questions, picking up using a derrick. Now these are the tricky ones, and these are the ones where you will have to understand the question. So let's do example 10. So there is a ship of displacement 11,000 tons and the km is 7.4 meters. kg is 6 meters. And she has an initial list 4 degrees to port. So initial list 4 degrees to port. Now a heavy lift cargo weighing 150 tons. So small w 150 tons is to be discharged. Okay, so it's a discharging question. So discharge and will be discharged from number 3 lower hold. From number 3 lower hold using the ship's jumbo derrick. And jumbo derrick's head is 23 meters above the keel. So derrick head is 23 meters from keel. And whose heel is on the center line. So the base of the derrick head is on the center line. While in number 3 lower hold, the COG of the weight is 3 meters above the keel. So the kg of the weight is 3 meters and 6 meters to the port of center line. 6 meters to the port of center line. So basically, it is this 6 meters which is causing this initial list of 4 degrees to port. That is the basic fundamental of this question. This is 3 meters, 5 meters to the port, not 6, sorry. 5 meters. 5 meters to the port of center line. Find the list as soon as the derrick lifts the load from the lower hold. So 1 lifts the load and 2 the derrick swings the load 15 meters to starboard. Swings 15 meters to starboard. And third, discharges the weight. Third is discharges the weight. Now we have to try and understand something. कि जब हमारा डेरिक जो है सपोजिंग वेट उठाता है तो जैसे ही वेट उठाएगा the g of the weight will shift to the derrick head or the crane head. So this being the heel of the derrick and this being the boom of the derrick or the crane, the moment the weight gets plumbed, that means ये weight उठाया, तो जैसे ही weight, whether it is picked up 1 meter above the lower hold or 5 meters above the lower hold, doesn't matter. जैसे ही उसने टैंक टॉप के ऊपर उठाया, immediately G यहाँ पहुंच गया. That means the original kg of the weight जो था वो पहले तो था 3 meters पे उसकी kg, अब वो डेरिक हेड पे चली गई 23 पे. So what is the D through which the distance, the dv, वो कितना है? That will be 23 minus 3.
20.
That is
20
20
meters.
ये समझ में आया कि नहीं?
सर एक बार यार बोलिएगा प्लीज.
Okay. So basically मेरा वेट ये है जहाज पे, ये सेंटर लाइन है. मेरा जो वेट है वो यहाँ पे पड़ा हुआ है, यहाँ पे पड़ा हुआ है. एट अ kg of 3 meters. इस वेट की kg 3 मीटर है. ये कील है. अब जो मेरा जो जहाज है उसकी जो डेरिक हेड है, ये उसका बूम है सपोजिंग. This is the boom of the derrick. This is at a height of 23 meters from keel. तो जब ये डेरिक वेट को उठाएगा, यहां से जैसे ही इसने वेट को बेशक 1 सेंटीमीटर भी ऊपर उठा लिया, इसका जो डीवी है, वर्टिकल डिस्टेंस, ये है, दैट विल बी 23 minus 3. This is what I am trying to say. This will be a vertical distance because the plumb line will be vertical, because the crane wire or the derrick wire is going to be a vertical wire. तो ये यहाँ पे inclined लग रही है but actually vertical है ये. ये समझ में आ गया? Anybody having any doubt in this understanding of this? Is this okay with everybody?
Yes, sir.
Somebody? Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. इसके बाद जब ये डेरिक चाहे इधर स्विंग करे चाहे इधर स्विंग करे, किधर भी स्विंग करे, अगर ये स्टारबर्ड स्विंग करता हुआ जाएगा, जैसे ये कह रहा है स्विंग 15 मीटर्स टू स्टारबर्ड, तो इसकी जो जी है वो यहीं पे अभी भी अटकी हुई है. अभी ये जी गई नहीं है कहीं. द जी इज स्टिल हैंगिंग देयर ओनली. अब खाली जब ये डेरिक स्विंग करेगा टू स्टारबर्ड साइड, तो द शिप will get listed to starboard. Do you all agree to this? That means the derrick has swung from, पहले ये पोर्ट से इसने वेट उठाया, उठा के स्विंग करता हुआ स्टारबर्ड ले गया, तो ये मेरा जहाज स्टारबर्ड चला जाएगा लिस्ट होता हुआ. क्यों? क्योंकि the listing moment now is to starboard. What is the importance of this 15 meters to starboard? This will be the maximum list during this operation. That is the importance of it. And mind you, the GM of the vessel has reduced tremendously. Why? Because the G of the weight is at the derrick head. So the GM will be reduced drastically. The list will be maximum because the listing moment is, the lever is maximum to the starboard. So if she goes from 5 meters port to 15 meters starboard, how much is the DH through which it is going?
The 20.
Correct. 5 plus 15. 20 will be the DH, the horizontal distance through which is going to cause the list to happen. ये clear हुआ कि नहीं? Is this clear to everybody?
नहीं सर, एक बार DH प्लीज.
DH नहीं समझ आया. Okay. सो मैंने ये वेट को यहाँ से उठाया और स्विंग करता हुआ मैं इसको लेके जा रहा हूँ. अब ये डेरिक को मैंने स्विंग कर दिया है. तो माय डेरिक हैज swung टू दिस साइड. इधर स्विंग किया मैंने या क्रेन, और ये जो वेट है अब स्विंग करता हुआ स्टारबोर्ड को चला गया 15 मीटर्स टू स्टारबोर्ड, राइट. दैट मीन्स इसको बेसिकली मैं इधर लेके जा रहा हूं. ये एंड यहां पे अब ये मेरा वेट ऐसे हैंग कर रहा है. और ये डिस्टेंस जो है ये 15 मीटर्स टू स्टारबोर्ड है, और ये डिस्टेंस जो है 5 meters to port है. So how much is my DH? My DH will be this distance.
Yes, sir.
तो ये 20 मीटर होगा कि नहीं?
Yes, sir.
ये जो है 20 मीटर, ये मेरे को लिस्टिंग मोमेंट दे रहा है. ये मेरा लिस्टिंग लीवर है. ये मैं कहने की कोशिश कर रहा हूं बाय दिस क्वेश्चन. Is that okay?
Yes.
This will be the situation when she swings 15 meters to starboard. She will be having the maximum list. Why? Because the G of the weight is still hanging and therefore still at the derrick head or crane head, and the listing moment lever is maximum. That is the importance of point number 2. And point number 3, the importance is that the moment I discharge this weight, where will the G go?
So we'll go down.
It will go down. It will go down from here. And it will go down to where?
Step back to port side.
Think. Think. So my vessel was listed to port initially, thanks to this weight. Derrick happened, swinging happened, and she went to starboard. And let's say she went to 15 degrees to starboard or 20 degrees, whatever be the list, maximum list. Now she is discharged. So which side should she go?
So she will go to port.
Correct. So now she'll go to port. Now she'll go to port. So she's going to port. What is the list right now?
The starboard list.
Starboard list, but less starboard. Less starboard. Now finally she could end up with a less starboard list. She could end up upright, or she could end up with a less port list. Depends on the quantum of weight. Is this part understood by everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So in the final condition, so if you look from the initial condition, she had a less port list. She swung maximum to starboard, thanks to the derrick swinging out, and now she would have a reduced starboard list. She could even be upright. She could also be having a very slight port list. Depends on the final condition of the vessel. Did you copy that? Is that okay with everybody? So, अब
Yes,
यहाँ
sir.
से अब ये डिस्चार्ज हो, तो अब वो शायद स्टारबोर्ड हो, हल्की सी स्टारबोर्ड होगी. तो let us check that out now. So this is the crux of the whole thing. Now let us try to understand. The stepwise. So
But इसमें जैसे second case में around 8 degree list था starboard side.
8 degree, 8
Second
degree.
case.
So, huh?
When it was swinging from port to starboard.
Huh.
So the list we got was 8 degree 49
Right.
minutes to starboard.
ठीक है.
And in the third case, when we have discharged, we have got a list of 1 degree 16 minutes to the port. So,
Correct.
like, if we discharge a small amount of weight of 150 kg, 150 tons, we can like get so much
See,
reduction of.
see, what I'm trying to tell you is, okay, depending on how much of W do I give in the question, your final list will depend on that. So you could have a less starboard list, you could have an upright condition, you could have a less port list. Any three possibilities exist. That's all I'm trying to tell you now. Supposing I had given this not as 150, but I had given to you as 100. Supposing I had given you as 75. So maybe she would have a final starboard list. Possible? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
That is what I was trying to tell you. So let us now come to the question. Okay. So initial list. So we're talking about tan theta. Tan 4 degrees is equal to initial listing moment upon W, that is 11,000, into GM fluid. GM is 1.4. Is this okay with everybody? The formula that I'm writing? So initial listing moment will be cross multiply
The 1076.9
1076.9 TM,
port.
and this will be to port. This is my initial listing moment. अब मैं first part शुरू कर रहा हूँ. I have lifted the weight. So the moment I pick up the weight, like I told you, the moment the weight is lifted, dV will be equal to
The 20.
20. So GG1, and this will be going up, right, up, above, arrow up, will be equal to WD by W. So W is 150,
150.
dV is 20, upon W is 11,000. Mind you, right now the weight is still on board. So अभी weight discharge नहीं हुआ है. So find out GG1, up, going up.
The 0.273 meters.
0.273 is my GG1. Since my GG1 is going up by 0.273 meters, therefore my GM original is going to be reducing by so much amount.
Yes, sir.
So therefore मेरा GM घटेगा by so much amount. So if my original GM was 1.4, so initial GM is 1.4 meters. GG1 has gone up. So my GG, if my GG1 has gone up, my GM has reduced by 0.273 meters. So minus 0.273 meters. ये समझ में आ गया मैं क्या कर रहा हूं? So my final GM will be less.
1.27.
Is this okay with everybody what I have done? Otherwise I can do find out the final kg first, then km से subtract करूं, then get the final GM. I can do that also. Same thing. So tan theta will be equal to the listing moment divided by W into GM fluid. So my listing moment initial is 1076.9 to port upon 11,000 into 1.127. Find out the theta.
Sir, 4 degrees 58 minutes to port.
4 degrees
58
58
minutes.
to port. So the moment I have lifted the weight, my vessel originally had a list of 4 degrees. The moment my derrick will pick up the weight, my list will increase to port. My list will become almost 5 degrees to port. This is the first step. The moment the weight is lifted, the G of the weight has shifted to the derrick head or crane head. The GM of the vessel has reduced, and therefore there is an increase of list to the port itself. Is it okay? So this is the stage number 1. Now we come to the second stage. Now I'm going to swing it 15 meters to starboard. अब athwartship swing हो रहा है, port से starboard जा रहा है. तो G of the weight is still at the derrick head only, वो नहीं बदल रहा है. So अब listing moment which I am going to cause will be W into D H is equal to 150 into DH we had calculated was 5 plus 15, that is 20. So the weight W into DH. So the listing moment that I'm causing now is 3000 TM to starboard. My initial listing moment, which I had, was 1076.9 to port. So my final listing moment will be difference of the two. Different names, so difference. Same names, sum, add. So 3000 minus 1076.9 will give me 1923.1 and the greater of the two, starboard. So therefore, tan theta is equal to FLM divided by W into GM fluid. Tan theta will be equal to 1923.1 starboard. At this point of time, अभी भी weight discharge नहीं हुआ, अभी भी जहाज पे ही है, क्योंकि डेरिक उठा रहा है अभी भी, तो अभी भी 11,000 into the GM at this stage, वो वही की वही रह रही है 1.127. So find out the theta.
8 degrees 49 minutes starboard.
ये clear है? Anybody any doubt in this? Okay. Now I'm coming to the third part. This is the part where the weight is going to get discharged. अब discharge करना है मुझे, तो मेरी displacement भी कम हो जाएगी by the same amount. So WF will be 11,000 minus 150. This will be equal to
The 10850.
so 10,850 tons will be my final displacement. Now, when I'm going to discharge the weight, how much is going to be the listing moment caused? अब जब मैं डिस्चार्ज करूंगा तो W इंटू DH, तो 150 टन को डिस्चार्ज कर रहा हूं फ्रॉम 15 मीटर्स ऑफ द सेंटर लाइन. सो माय DH अब 15 हो जाएगा. डू यू ऑल एग्री टू दिस?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ओके, क्योंकि अब डिस्चार्ज कर रहा हूं तो अब ये लीवर मेरा जो है सेंटर लाइन से लग रहा है. सो 15 इंटू 150, दिस विल बी इक्वल टू 2250. एंड ये मैं स्टार्बोर्ड से डिस्चार्ज कर रहा हूं तो ये मेरे को पोर्ट की तरफ लेके जाएगा जहाज को. एग्रीड?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
ओके. लिस्टिंग मोमेंट एट स्टेज 2 जो मेरा था was 1923.1 टू स्टार्बोर्ड. ये मेरी इनिशियल कंडीशन बन रही है. जब वो डायरेक्ट से बाहर स्विंग किया था तो मेरी लिस्टिंग मोमेंट 1923.1 थी. अब मेरी लिस्टिंग मोमेंट इज बीइंग कॉज्ड 2250 टू पोर्ट. सो देयरफॉर FLM कितना है मेरा? फाइनल लिस्टिंग मोमेंट. अगेन डिफरेंट नेम्स, डिफरेंस.
The
So difference of the two.
326.9.
320.
6.9 to port.
ये क्लियर है? FLM कैसे आया? ओके. अब केजी पे आते हैं. सो इनिशियल केजी of the vessel was 6 meters at stage 1. GG1 caused for stage 2 was
273.
0.273 going up.
Yes, sir.
So plus हो जाएगा. So KG1 at stage 2 is equal to 6.273. This is my KG1 at stage 2. Now this is the kg of the vessel. The derrick head is 23 meters. The cargo, the G of the cargo is 23 meters. So dV will be going vertically down now. Will be difference of these two fellows. That is 23 से 6.273 पे जाएगा. The vertical distance. So that will be equal to 16.273
727.
ये समझ में आया कि नहीं? This is the trick part of the question, which you have to try and understand. Okay, how the G of the weight from the derrick head is going to the G of the ship. Because when you discharge, this is going to happen. So therefore, the GG1 vertically downward or G1, G2 vertically downward, same thing, is equal to WdV upon W final is equal to 150 into 16.727 divided by 10,850. This will be, and this will be going downward from the derrick head down to the G of the ship.
The 0.231.
Now, if the G is going to go down by so much, the GM will increase by so much. Do you all agree to that? I repeat, if the G of the vessel is going to go down by so much, which means the kg of the vessel will decrease by so much. If the kg of the vessel decreases by so much, the GM will increase by so much.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So my GM at stage 2 was 1.127. This was my GM. Now my GM will increase by so much. So GG1, G1, G2, sorry, has gone down. So it will increase. So plus 0.231. So the final GM of the vessel will be
1.358.
1.358. So this is my final GM of the vessel. So therefore, tan theta is equal to the FLM upon W into GM fluid. FLM, final listing moment, will be equal to 326.9 to port. Now my discharging has happened, so my displacement will reduce. So final displacement 10,850, and my final GM of the vessel is 1.358. So therefore, the theta you calculate
1 degree 16 minutes to port, sir.
1 degree 16 minutes to port is the final list. So the question has become a tricky question. This question it has become a 3-stage question. That is, from initial port list, the vessel first went to a more starboard list. Then from more starboard list, that was stage 2, she then came to a less port list. Got it? Now, how I can change the question, I'll tell you. So supposing मैं stage 2 को गायब कर दूं आपके न्यूमेरिकल में, okay? Vessel was initially listed to port, more to port, 4 degrees initial. यहीं से उठाया और कार्गो डिस्चार्ज कर दिया जेटी में. कहाँ जेटी है पता नहीं है, पोर्ट भी हो सकती है, स्टारबोर्ड भी हो सकती है. मैंने डिस्चार्ज कर दिया उठा के, और शिप्स की डेरिक यूज ही नहीं करे, मैंने शोर क्रेन यूज करी. ओके, कैन यू फाइंड आउट द फाइनल लिस्ट?
So it is coming the same.
Will it come the same? That's the question.
Yes, sir.
Has to be the same because same vessel, same
Yes, sir.
weight. मैंने शोर क्रेन उठाई है, शोर क्रेन से मैंने उठा दिया सीधा 150 टन discharged using shore crane. So what will be GG1? I am discharging a weight from kg 3 meter. What will be my DV in that case?
So 6 minus 4.3. Kg of the ship minus kg of that body.
So how much will be the DV?
Sir, 3 meters.
3 meters. The kg of the ship is 6. नीचे से मैंने उठाया weight 3 मीटर की. So what is DV? 6 minus 3.
The body का kg तो 4.3.
बॉडी का केजी मेरे ख्याल से
3 है.
3 था.
3 है.
बॉडी का केजी 3 है. So 6 minus 3, 3 मीटर हो गया. So 150 into 3 upon 10,850. सीधा डिस्चार्ज कर दिया मैंने. What is the answer? GG1 निकाल जाएगा उससे. उसी GG1 से आपको मिल जाएगी फाइनल GM. Your final GM will, because G is going to go up, so GM will reduce. So जो इनिशियल GM थी 1.4 उसमें से माइनस कर दो, वो आपको फाइनल GM देगा. वो फाइनल GM आपकी 1.3580 आएगी.
Yes, sir, correct.
वो 1.3580 आएगी. सो फाइनल लिस्ट tan थीटा. अब लिस्टिंग मोमेंट पे आ जाओ. इनिशियल लिस्टिंग मोमेंट आपको पता है, जो 4 डिग्रीज टू पोर्ट थी उसकी लिस्टिंग मोमेंट. अब जो लिस्टिंग मोमेंट कॉज होगी ड्यू टू डिस्चार्जिंग फ्रॉम पोर्ट, ये स्टारबोर्ड को जाएगा. सो 150. अब DH क्या होगा?
Sir, 5.
DH 5 होगा बिकॉज पोर्ट साइड से कर रहा हूं मैं. सो 150 into 5.
Sir, 750 to stop.
750 to starboard. So initial listing moment पता थी, listing moment caused 750 to starboard. Final listing moment will be the same, 326.9 to port. Same आएगी. So tan
Yes,
theta
sir.
will be your FLM divided by W into GM fluid. And you'll get your same list. That is 4 degrees 58 minutes. 1 degree 16 minutes to port. Same आएगी. So मैंने कट अक्रॉस कर दिया स्टेप्स. लेकिन शिप पे ये मेरे लिए स्टेज 2 बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट है, बिकॉज जब भी मैं हेवी लिफ्ट करूंगा, ये मेरा जहाज जो है ये टॉपल कर रहा है ऐसे, ये इट इज गोइंग समटाइम्स पोर्ट समटाइम्स स्टारबोर्ड, ये बड़ा कॉमन है. दिस इज वेरी कॉमन विद कंटेनर शिप्स ऑल्सो. इट इज वेरी कॉमन, वी कीप डांसिंग अराउंड, कभी पोर्ट कभी स्टारबोर्ड, डिपेंडिंग ऑन जहाँ पे वेट जा रहा है. So same thing goes with general cargo vessels also. We keep dancing around. It is only on tankers that we don't dance around. Or bulk carriers. They remain steady. अगर सुबह लिस्ट थी स्टारबोर्ड तो स्टारबोर्ड ही रहती है. खाली लिस्ट को हम कम करते रहते हैं on these ships, tankers and bulkies. But on these container ships and these heavy lifts and general cargo, you keep dancing around. कभी पोर्ट कभी स्टारबोर्ड, कभी पोर्ट कभी स्टारबोर्ड. That is how it happens. So मेरे लिए important है वो swinging वाली stage 2 बड़ी important है, क्योंकि that gives me the maximum lift during operation. So question में ये कभी पूछा जाएगा आपको, तो ये याद रखना. कि maximum list क्या. Okay, let us stop here. I want you to do the rest of the questions of this exercise. That means now you are good to go from 18 and go up to 25. Now you can do all the remaining questions 18 to 25. ठीक है? Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So mind you, right now हम कोई फ्री सरफेस नहीं डाल रहे. इमेजिन अगर हम फ्री सरफेस भी डाल रहे होते तो क्या हालत होता, तो एफएससी भी आ जाता. अभी तक हमने कोई एफएससी नहीं है इसमें, अभी तक जो इसमें है. जब हिंडशिप करेंगे तो उसमें एफएससी आ जाएगा. Okay?
Okay, sir.
All right. Chalo. See you. Okay, bye. Please do the exercise complete.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Bye.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.